The galaxy is in trouble again, and it's up to Metroid to be the coolest dude ever and save it. Super Metroid is one of the most popular games to speedrun because of its tricks and just how much fun the base game is. But there's so much stuff to collect and so many enemies to defeat. Nah, I'm just kidding. We just gotta beat the big old baddies and get a few beam and explosion upgrades. Before we get started, keep in mind this route is not the fastest, but it's one of the easier routes for new players. There is a technique you can try using when running on flat surfaces called... Basically, anytime you angle up or down while running, it moves Samus ahead 1 pixel, so by alternate mashes of the shoulder buttons, you can advance ahead pixel perfect each time. It may not seem like much, but throughout a whole speedrun, it can easily shave some extra seconds. When first starting though, I wouldn't worry about it. So, to start off, a Space Station's office party had an uninvited guest, and Space Police Metroid shows up to throw down the no-fun brutality. Make your way through the space and into Baby Metroid's playpen when, whoa, it's Purple Charizard. Instead of laying the smackdown on him, just tuck yourself into the corner and let his tail smack you a bunch until your health drops. It's not fun if you're not into it, so he instead pulls the fire alarm and you've got to evacuate. Do your best to dodge the steam and bounce out. Touchdown, you're at the actual game now. Run down the hall and through the door. Drop to the side and count 6 platforms before moving slightly to the left and then back over to continue on. Grab the throwback to the first game and use it to escape since Metroid can't crawl. Keep going to the right and shoot out the floor to get its special treasure before heading back to... Meanies got up in your grill and they won't leave until you throw down. Blast each baddie on your way back to the door and get ready for the first trick. This isn't really a glitch or anything, but it's used a lot in the run. When you jump at a wall and then press the opposite direction, you'll see a frame of Samus in this pose. You can then wall jump, pretty basic wall jumpy logic. You can chain the wall jump up the side, however. Just use careful timing near these platforms. Or you can just hop and skip up over here if it's too difficult. Head back towards your trip, but ball crawl into this little nest and through this hallway and blast open the door with your new missiles. Snag the bombas and get ready for your first fight. Samus is tired of being objectified in the comments about her breasticles and whatnot, so she decides she wants a little payback. Give this cis chorizo a taste of his own medicine by focusing solely on his chest and not the alien behind it. After a while, your words, bullets, will cause him to vomit from discomfort. Bask in it by snagging the missiles he swallowed and then pump them back in until he realizes the error of his ways and leaves you alone at the very least. If you are fancy, you can pull off the Alcatraz escape by wall jumping and chain it into a morph ball, but much more likely you can just poot and scoot off to the side and loop back around. Drop a deuce in front of the wall and then continue on. Pick up an E-tank for your buddy Mega Man and then shove your way past these rude dudes. Go through some mushrooms before... Free fall down for a little bit, blast the door and get ready for... To mock your ball correctly, you must start running from the previous room and jump just before hitting the transition. Continue holding jump and down. Right before you land, input another down input and quickly transition to the right. If done correctly, you'll keep your momentum and slide on through. If you fail, grab missiles, which you can use to snag a reserve tank when you do complete it, and some more missiles. Otherwise, raise the roof and wall jump up to snag some soup. Fall all the way down and blast open the red door with 1 soup to shave seconds. Make it through the next rooms and drop down and to the left to snag an extra pack of blasties before popping open the path to the charge beam. Back up and continue on to the right until you get to the red tower. Drop down, blast out the floor, and you can line up with this pillar to avoid taking any damage. Jump through this door and land on the platform instead of the water. 1 more room and then shoot out the ceiling and do some tight wall jumps to climb up and snag the spacer. Head back, keep running to the right until you... Nope. Give the wall some soup and drop down here to perform a nifty wall jump to head up to Crazy Crate early. Make your way to the boss's room, use some soup to drop Mini Crate and grab the soup he was storing in his pockets. Give the door some eye drops and get ready for... While the big bad boy is rumbling his way, you can go into a morph ball to reduce lag. As he rises, you can see 2 twiddles of his fingies. As soon as those nubs start heading down the second time, jump and pop off 2 regular missiles. This will cause him to open his dumb mouth, where you can then fire 3 more super missiles by short hopping and popping 1 off at a time. If done correctly, he'll drop right there. If you can't get the timing down, like me, you can always fight him normally and just spam charge beams. And leave after getting your new suit. Make your way back here and then you can pop on over there for another free tank. Just let all the froggies hug your bot and then aim up and blast a missile, then fire to get the tank. Head back to the elevator and then drop down to the bottom and blast open the left. Snag the tank, shoot that baddie and open the door, but continue on. You've been good this week and deserve a new pair of shoes. Snag the missiles, head on back, up and to the right. Keep going and you can hold a charge shot and do a spin jump for a pseudo screw attack to help fend off enemies. Get to the bubble room and up here. You can either try and make the jump in this room or open the door for extra space. Either method, just jump to the right and wall jump off these bubbles and over the cactus. Go through the top door and then blast open the ceiling. Run all the way down here and snag your speed booster and then back up. Now go through the bottom door and through here. Jump over the platforms and snag the missiles. Jump all the way to the right and then wall jump to get the wave beam. Head back to the cactus and down into the pipes. Back to the main part of Norfair and through the top door. Go all the way to the left and get up here. You can turn into a morph ball midair to sneak in and snag the ice beam. Head back down to the red tower. You can bomb the ceiling by holding a charge shot and then down until the bombs pop off. Once back at the tower, climb up using your ice beam and wall jumps as you see fit. After my least favorite room, shoot out the floor and follow through and go snag some power bombs. Bomb the orange door on your way out, but keep climbing. Use power bombs to open doors and clear foes. Now it's time to... If you crouch while speeding along, you can store a shine spark. Normally you'd only use it to go up, but we ain't having that. Start running here and store the jump as soon as you start flashing. You must spin jump, otherwise you'll waste the charge. Get up to the door and press jump and right at the same time. If done correctly, Samus will jet on ahead. Repeat this to get into Phantoon's funhouse. Head on down to his bachelor pad and unequip your ice beam. To tackle this sneaky specter, you'll need to blast his eye when it opens, then hit him with 3 charge shots. You are able to hit him off screen, just listen to his cries to know if you landed it or not. You can try and skip some cycle by shooting him right when he opens, generally by taking a hit and then shooting or just getting lucky. You can use supers to finish him off when he's really red, but be careful if you fire one that doesn't kill him. You may push him into his enraged state, which just adds time. Head back up, snag some soup upgrades, which I forgot while recording, and kill all the enemies in the room to continue on. Jump down here and run along and bust open this space, then keep going. Before entering this room, know that you've got to make a jump early on. Do so, take the hit while continuing to run, and then jump again before the invulnerability wears off. Nestle on in here and then do a little dance or some shiz, because there's like nothing to do for 40 seconds. Head all the way back to the bottom of the red tower and back to this pipe. Super bomb it and jump right before it explodes since you'll need to keep your momentum. Head up and to the right. You can either try and wall jump into the door or just freeze the fishy and use him as a platform. Time for another shine spark, but this time you'll need to press jump and up right. Easiest way is jump and the shoulder button. Shoot out the floor and then power bomb the next. Wall jump and then speed boost to break through. For beginner runners, the easiest way to deal with snakegators is to just sit in the corner and spam charge shots. Make sure to get his good side. Morph ball midair to squeeze in and snag the E-tank. Moving on up to the east side and then continue on with wall jumps. Use another well-timed one to bypass getting a grapple beam. Fake out the fake spikes and administer eye drops to the door and battle the next baddie. Before Dragon pops up, blast out the cannons with 3 missiles each. When the babies are nearing the corner, Crazy Drazy is going to swoop soon. Stay in a morph ball and try and be on the side where Dragon will start spitting its goo. Stay close before darting to the opposite side since it will make it easier to dodge. Samus obviously is not a fan of white sticky stuff, so blast it away and then unload your own stream of justice featuring missiles and soups. Rinse and repeat until you've made its kids orphans. Space jump is weird as fuck with timing, so don't feel bad if you don't get it non-stop. It also changes in water and air, so don't keep the same rhythm when transitioning. Head back to the Metroid tower and enter the middle left room. Continue to left until you reach this area where you can either space or wall jump into this room. Keep going until you drop down to the right and snag the plasma beam. Burst the baddies to open the door. Head back, up, and around, and then enter the warp pipe. Bomb out the barrier, run left, crap battle! And keep it going. Squeeze down here and back through the speed boost room, and now we go down on the map. Not sexual. Bomb out the door and space jump through the nacho cheese. It's not a bad idea to save before fighting the Riddler, but if you're feeling fine, just flippity floppity over the room and power shard the floor away. Continue power sharding out these pillars before the ouchie juice touches your pod. You can freeze the golden geeks to use as platforms and blast out another shard to open the roof and let all the nastiness out before continuing on. Try and space jump to the top right, but if you can't get the rhythm down, just head up normally. If you're nervous, you can go over to the right and grab the Firefly E-tank by blasting out this baddie and then snagging it. You can kill the Fireflies for power bombs, but it will make the room darker, and you do need to get back. If you fire as soon as you touch these bugs, you'll actually pass right through them with the plasma beam. If you've got power bombs to spare, use one here. Otherwise, bomb normally. Sneak in here and use one more. If you don't, you can always just snag the power bombs of shame. To fight the Power Rangers, just stand in line with the pillar and shoot down as you jump over their kick. Make your way through the next 2 rooms and then get ready for Ridley. Old Riddle Me Timbers is pretty pissed off that it took this long to become playable in Smash, and he's looking to take it out on Sammy. Blast off 20 charge shots into him before balling it up and let him grab you and explode with rage. See you at bottom tier, Ridley. Feel free to grab the energy tank and then climb all the way back in here past the bugs. Head to the Firefly room and keep climbing. Go, 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 and shoot out the roof. Let the floor crumble from Samus's fat ass and powerbomb the walls away. Back through the bubble room, speed boost room, and it is in fact better down where it's wetter, so head back underwater to where you shine sparked earlier, but instead swim up and through this door. The top may look like a dead end, but whoops! Back to the red tab. Head back to start, wave at your ship, and back to the red room we passed in the beginning. You have almost a minute to wait here, so you can use that time to start writing me a comment.
Dear Scott, love the series. I'm gonna type this comment in the actual YouTube comments because I somehow think I'll be the only one doing it. I gotta get those likes so my life somehow has meaning. Plus, by typing the exact same joke you make, it's a shoo-in, since most of the people reading the comments probably like the video too. Welp, gotta go. The golden 4 are almost done and I've gotta continue the run. Yours truly, generic YouTube commenter you're never gonna wanna get to know. The next section is pretty straightforward. Shoot the Metroids with ice beams and give them some soup because they're now chilly. You need to kill them all to open the doors. Ignore the hoppers and don't be afraid to take damage. In fact, sit in the corner here and take as much damage as possible to make the next cutscene easier. Refill to the left and continue on. And get ready to... It looks easier than it is, but first up you need to freeze the lower Rinka. As you take damage, tap left so you don't fall off. Spin jump again in the same place, jump right back into the arms of your abuser. However, you've learned from that relationship and will in fact just move past them. Clear out the Rinkas and just unload into Mama Brain. Sit in the corner and keep blasting your loads. Dodge ketchup and bean burritos. Then be sure to die. Don't. Gave you pride. Use it against Mother Brain, who is too set in her ways. Happy birthday, Samus! Self-destruct activated. Aim down while you run and shoot. Ignore the nerds and then speed boost into Shine Spark. Keep going and blast nerds as you fall. Run through the door and spark again to the top. Then, depending on your moral standpoint, you may need to... This is by no means necessary and literally only adds time, but it's always a fun donation incentive. Head back down to where you got the bombs and just blast out the wall real quick. And that's it, they're saved. Head back up and peace out. You did it, nerd. You shaved those... Wait, Metroid's a girl?